Yesterday, some news broke where breaking news happened yesterday where it was revealed after an investigation during a 5-year period that the ATF, the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms and Explosives, had illegally overpaid people for jobs that they misclassified intentionally to the tune of at least $20 million. And this information was learned because 2 whistleblowers within ATF came forward about the practice of overpaying people and helping them get better pensions. Before I jump into that, I want to thank the sponsor of today's video, and that's Lear Capital. Last year was a terrible year for investors, and predictions are that 2023 will be even worse with the upcoming recession. But what did have a really impressive year this past year was gold investments. If you're interested in investing in gold, I suggest you call my friends at Lear Capital. The team at Lear will provide helpful information about purchasing gold or converting part of your IRA or your 401k into a gold IRA. Not only are they the best around with over 25 years in business and thousands of 5-star reviews, but they also have a 24-hour risk-free guarantee where you can review your investment for 24 hours before committing to it. You can learn more at leargg.com or call 1-800-260-5075. Thanks to Lear Capital for sponsoring this video. All right, guys, this is Guns and Gadgets. My name is Jared, and this is where you'll get Second Amendment news every single day. And today, this morning, we're talking about the ATF breaking the law and overpaying people within the agency to the tune of at least $20 million. Because this investigation only spanned a 5-year period, but the practice has been ongoing. So they've been doing this for a long, long time. I'm going to show you the letter, show you some of the investigation. And I want to say that if this happened in your police department, your local police department, whether it was Boston, Los Angeles, Dallas, everybody would be saying this is theft, this is larceny, this is illegal, people should be fired, people should be charged. In fact, that happened here in Massachusetts. The Massachusetts State Police, they found out, an investigation revealed that they were claiming extra pay when they actually didn't do the job, and people lost their jobs. I wonder if enough people will get fired up to make phone calls demanding that members of ATF be fired. All right, let me show you something here. I'm going to show you a couple things. Stick with me. This is bad. So this is a letter from the Office of Special Counsel Referral, and this is the report on the investigation. Here's the summary of the allegations prompting the investigation. In a letter to the Attorney General dated June 9 of 2020, the Office of Special Counsel referred to the Department of Justice for investigation a whistleblower disclosure alleging that the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives has systemically and intentionally misclassified non-law enforcement jobs as law enforcement positions, which has resulted in a gross waste of funds by providing legal benefits and increased pay reserved for persons in primary and secondary law enforcement positions. The OSC stated that there is a substantial likelihood that the allegations disclose violations of law, rule, or regulation, a gross waste of funds, and gross mismanagement, and called for an investigation into the allegations. OSC informed ATF that 2 whistleblowers, which was redacted, consented to the release of their names, alleged that ATF has a long-standing practice of systemically and intentionally misclassifying non-law enforcement jobs as law enforcement positions. They also allege that ATF recruits and hires only special agents or industry operations investigators for these jobs. The whistleblowers allege that although these employees perform non-law enforcement work, the agency has grossly wasted funds by providing legal benefits and increased pay reserved for persons in primary and secondary law enforcement positions. The specific allegations should be investigated by DOJ, included whether 1. ATF has misclassified the subject of the human resources positions within HRPD as supervisory or administrative criminal investigator positions in violation of laws on classifications of positions, and 2, ATF is providing legally prescribed law enforcement benefits, including enhanced retirement eligibility and law enforcement availability pay, also known as LEAP pay, to persons in non-primary or non-secondary law enforcement positions. Further, there is evidence that the agency is violating the specific legal and policy requirements for credible LEAP hours and the annual certification requirement for payment of LEAP. All right, what does that mumbo jumbo mean in plain English? They had non-law enforcement people working in positions, and they were paying them as if they were law enforcement personnel, which entitled them to extra pay, extra retirement benefits, and law enforcement availability pay, LEAP pay. That can significantly, if you're familiar with OPM, the Office of Personnel Management, it's the federal human resources. That's where the pays are structured. It would bring somebody who is in a lower pay scale to a higher pay scale, sometimes significantly higher when you factor in LEAP pay and all that stuff. This, guys and gals, it's bad because over 5 years, at least $20 million extra was just doled out to 108 different agents. Let's keep going. After OSC verified the claims, the watchdog referred the allegations to ATF, which instead of conducting an internal investigation, deferred to a then pending audit by OPM, the Office of Personnel Management, which manages the federal civil service. OPM later concluded that ATF's leadership, quote, demonstrated disregard for the rule of law and regulations, end quote, governing federal management policies and practices. As a result of that conclusion, OPM has now suspended ATF's power to classify its own employees as being in federal law enforcement positions until matters are resolved to OPM's satisfaction. ATF is also in the process of updating the descriptions of various positions to reflect their actual job duties, meaning we're going to fix the job descriptions so we can continue to overpay these people and give them cushy retirements. 50 of the employees who held positions that were misclassified have either been reassigned or retired. Special Counsel Henry Kerner said this in a statement: I thank the whistleblowers for coming forward with these very serious allegations and am pleased that under OPM's oversight, ATF has initiated corrective measures. While I find the report to be reasonable, progress toward full resolution has been slow, which may be attributable to the long-standing nature of the problems and the entrenched culture reinforcing ATF's practices. I am pleased that OPM continues to monitor progress in implementing required corrective actions, and I urge ATF Internal Affairs to hold the responsible parties accountable. Yeah, let me know if you think that'll ever happen. Now, in this letter to Biden, Kerner also said that he believed that the report did not adequately capture the extent of ATF's illegal practices or the full impact of the harm, because this was only a 5-year investigation. Kerner wrote that the whistleblowers believe there were many more misclassified positions than the ones detailed in OPM's audit, and that ATF significantly underreported the waste due to misclassifications of positions. Moreover, they pointed out that the agency did not account for the impact of the wrongdoing on agency's non-law enforcement employees. Finally, the whistleblowers indicated that ATF has not adequately corrected the wrongdoing, asserting that employees continue to hold positions for which they are unqualified, and that it is legally unsupportive to waive the debts incurred by employees who improperly received LEAP. Now, as I said, if this was your local or state police department, heads would roll, right? People would be charged. And the feds usually would jump on this too. If this was white-collar crime by somebody, I don't know, a name and position, the official toilet seat designee, whatever, that person would go to federal prison for stealing funds. What do you think is going to happen to these 108 ATF agents, at least 108 ATF agents? My guess, nothing. But this is gross mismanagement, ATF stealing money from us, the taxpayers. You might almost think that it's a rogue agency that's been weaponized by the administrative branch, and that nothing will happen because they're doing their master's bidding. I'm going to stay on top of this. If you want to know more information, then subscribe to this channel, and I'll bring you Second Amendment news every single day, including what happens with this investigation, if anything happens with it. Yeah, I'll have a link to the report, which I showed you at the very beginning, down in the description down below. And I thank you for your time. I thank you for your support. And until we see each other again, be safe, stay vigilant, and carry a gun to keep you, your friends, your family, your community safe. I will see you all on the next one. Take care.